Fortnite, to no surprise, is officially the most played daily game in the world, with 8 million concurrent players. And with that amount of people playing, we decided to look at world records that have been set in Fortnite that you can probably never beat. And I gotta tell you guys, it's getting real dangerous out here, okay? These Fortnite kids must be stopped. Fortnite Dance 1v1 world records are nuts, but world records in video games take days or even sometimes months to beat, which means you need the proper equipment to do so. For this video, we teamed up with Lords Mobile to give away a free iPhone XS to help you guys conquer some of these records, and all you have to do to enter is click the link in the description below. Lords Mobile is an RPG game that lets you squad up with over 60 million players to build your own kingdom and attack others and raid their castle on this huge map for that juicy loot. It's so much fun, in fact, that we've been teaming up with everybody to start wiping out entire kingdoms. If you want to check out the game and join the Top 5 Gaming Alliance, the link is down in the description below, which also enters the giveaway, but stick around to the end to see some crazy Battle Royale gameplay, but most importantly, the epic Victory Royale. Shout out to VoiceOver Pete. Number 5, the unbreakable world record. Most world records you've probably seen within Fortnite can usually be beaten by highly skilled or determined players. It seems every other week new squads are taking the record for highest kills, but certain records are simply unbeatable. The best you could hope to achieve is matching the record. Now, as far as final kills go, most of the creative methods and trick-shotting styles have already been done. At the beginning of the game, it was all about getting that trap kill with a simple 1x1. But as the game has evolved, those trap kills are evolving with it. You may remember when Cypher PK invented the trap tower using a launch pad at the bottom of a hollow tower, hoping some unsuspecting default runs in and gets launched into the traps above. Then we had the bounce pads and eventually the chiller traps that have all been used to create some crazy unique trap plays. But with the recent redeploy system that was introduced a couple of weeks ago, a new world record trap kill was discovered. Due to players no longer needing to worry about fall damage, sky bases made a comeback. YouTuber Lord Spinkingham was messing around with his very own sky bases when he noticed that players using Rift to Goes would spawn in a couple of feet above the top layer of the build limit, and he soon was wondering if he could use that to create the highest possible trap kill. Sure enough, after a few trial and errors, he manages to get that sky base into position, sets up a couple of traps, and then jumps down to use the rift to go in order to teleport them both to the sky base and the traps above. Considering it's just one block wide, you have to be extremely accurate to teleport them into the right square. So he places a platform and edits through so he can drop directly down and avoid drifting in another direction. To make it easier, teams of players doing this are building entire platforms with traps to guarantee the kill. Unless Fortnite decide to raise the build limit, this goes down as an unbeatable world record trap kill, and he did for the epic Victory Royale. Oh my god, it's so epic! Number 4, Fortnite kills world record. For a lot of players in Fortnite, it's all about hunting others down and going for some high kill games. Even a lot of new players have this mentality, and even though they die 99% of the time, at least they put in the effort, and hopefully they learn from it. The fact is that most players would rather die early, but have an intense beginning to the game rather than playing it safe and going for the win. Which is fair enough. I mean, you play the game to have fun, right? And hiding for 15 minutes every game can get a bit boring sometimes. But if you manage to get over the losses and keep up that aggressive gameplay, you can find yourself getting pretty good, and instead of dying in most encounters, you're now sweeping the island's rotation points in order to hunt down every last enemy. This style of gameplay is exactly what leads to high kill records being broken, and on the 8th of October, YouTuber Chronic Forbes and his team did just that with a whopping 61 kills from one squad. That's just kind of stupid. Like, how do you even find that many people? Well, in order to find them all, the squad split up across the map in order to maximize encounters. Sounds fairly simple, right? Well, the hard part comes in shortly after, which is surviving. They may have a good chance of encounters, but they're either 2 versus 4 or 1 versus 4, and I don't know about you, but I still get a bit cautious when I see a full team of 4 coming straight for me. But these guys pull out the tricks and bring home that sweet victory, with Nade pulling in 8 kills, Tactics sitting at 10 kills, Nexus tops it with another 18 confirmed kills, and Forbes racks in kills with a massive 25 by himself to have a grand total of 61, the highest kills by one squad so far. You'll have to let us know in the comments below what your highest kill game is. Number 3 is the Fortnite world record RPG shot. Going for long distance RPG shots isn't exactly easy. You may have perfect accuracy, but by the time the rocket gets there, that opponent is probably long gone. The only chances you really have are hoping the enemy just doesn't move, or you simply get a really lucky shot in. To be honest, you've most likely done something similar to this yourself. You notice some movement going on in the distance and you fire an RPG that way because, you know, just in case, right? You never know if it'll hit, and every now and then it actually does. But this world record just takes the biscuit and smashes it. This record is by YouTuber Scrept and was achieved back in April when we had the high explosives LTM. In this LTM, there were only RPGs and grenade launchers. Now, Screpid, his duo partner, found themselves miles away from the new circle, and with his teammate Adam essentially having 1 HP, Adam decides to rocket ride Screpid to safety. What a bro he is. Voiceover Pete would be proud. Now, Screpid manages to make the rocket ride first attempt, and as he's flying away from Adam, he notices some building going on even further away from the circle than they were. He sends 4 RPGs their way and turns back around to carry on figuring out his next move. Screpid begins to panic as he's too high, but manages to just land on top of a tree and prevent him from falling to death. By now, he's most likely forgotten about the RPGs he's fired earlier, but a few seconds after he lands, and suddenly, boom! Up pops a knock from over 541 meters. That's a lot of meters. Now, this isn't exactly unbeatable, but it may as well be. An RPG won't travel that far, but because he was moving in the opposite direction at the same time, it added to the distance and created an RPG distance kill that I cannot imagine anyone beating anytime soon. Before we do continue, you guys should definitely check out Lords Mobile just to see why it was chosen as one of Google Play's most competitive games of the year. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Top 5 Gaming, another game, another advertisement, another app. But you haven't seen anything until you've played Lords Mobile. Let me tell you, Lords Mobile is a real-time strategy MMO, which allows you to build armies, empires, and alliances to beat your way to the top and become the strongest ruler in all the land. Lord Farquaad, remember that guy? Yeah, dethroned. Now we're putting you up there. Feels good, doesn't it? There are people out here that think you can't raid their kingdom, and I don't think you're gonna take that. No, you're gonna waltz in there, and you're gonna take their kingdom, you're gonna seize their resources, and upgrade your troops. Now, we wanted to show a little gameplay of Lords Mobile as they were so kind to sponsor this video, so don't forget to go to igg.com/event/top5gaming to enter to win a new iPhone and join our alliance, Top 5 Gaming today. Number 2, the furthest Clinger kill. Now, remember when the comet came down in Season 4 and destroyed Dusty Depot? It left a giant crater in the ground, and a government quarantine zone was set up as a result. If you never saw it in its original state, then there were no trees filling up the crater like you see today, and this new dusty divot became the perfect place to pick people off. It was literally like shooting bots in a barrel. A lot of common methods at the time were landing on high mountains nearby and picking off people from above before jumping down to carry on with your looting. One of the places you had to always keep an eye out was for the towered mountain near Salty Springs. You'd always find someone up there quickly looting the chests and trying to shoot you down while you were in Dusty minding your own business. And it's that exact technique that managed to get us this insane Clinger world record. YouTuber known as Gravel Hater, most likely a name from back in his Minecraft days, is the lucky soul that brought us this clip. He lands and grabs the chest, being rewarded with a minigun and some clingers. Can't do much with a minigun at the distance, so he throws his clingers towards the Dusty divot, and even though he doesn't manage to get it to stick, an unsuspecting enemy happened to be nearby and ended up getting kicked back to the lobby, giving Gravel Hater a 180-meter Clinger kill. It's not impossible to beat this record, but given how hard it is to stick people at a distance and the timer that allows most people to run away before it explodes makes it a record extremely difficult to surpass. Number 1, the Fortnite World Record Duo. Now, in all honesty, we could have been a bit douchey and made all the top 5 slots high kill games. You've got solo, duos, squads, 50v50. You get the point. We thought that would be a bit too cheap and brought you some decent variation, but we had to leave a spot open for the duo world record of 46 kills that hasn't been beaten since it was first made in January. That was almost a year ago. How has someone not beaten this yet? Well, it's most likely because it's Nick Merckx. The game was barely out for a few months, and he's making world records that won't be beaten for a long time to come. Now, to get this record, like most high kill attempts, Nick Merckx and his duo partner, Nwali, split to maximize encounters. As always, though, you know where Nick Merckx is going to be landing, right? Tilted Towers. And out of curiosity, what's your favorite place to land? Tilted Towers seems to be the only place he knows about. When he's flying down for the bus, no other location exists for him except for Tilted. And to be fair, it's paid off. He's one of the reigning kings of Tilted Towers, alongside Aiden. Now, even though they split up, both Nick Mercs and Gnarly, we're just gonna call him Gnarly, manages to survive the whole game and don't meet back up until about the final 15 players, where they carefully take out the remaining opponents, giving them the world record high kill game for duos with 46 kills. The best part about it is they both got 23 kills. You can't get a more perfect match than that when you're working as a team. And that just about wraps up our list of the 5 Fortnite world records that you can never beat. Huge thank you to Lords Mobile for sponsoring this video. The game is so much fun, seriously. If you want to check out the game and join the Top 5 Gaming Alliance, the link is down in the description below, which also enters the giveaway. But we hope you have a wonderful day. Push notifications on, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.